All right. So I want to get started, and thanks for being here. Um, I'm going to share a little bit about who I am. Going to share about Man Alive. Going to walk you through a really fun vision exercise tonight that I do with all my clients. I think it's the most powerful exercise I do with men, with clients one on one. But my name's Bob Groves. You may not know, but I've been in leadership development for 40 years, been coaching men for a couple decades. And how I got into Man Alive, I was doing corporate consulting and training, and it wasn't unusual for me to work with a company for a while. And one day, one of the COOs of a company I was working with asked if he could take me to lunch. So we went to lunch. And then he just pretty much said, "Can I confide in you? Can I talk to you?" And of course, my answer was yes. And he talked about how life outside of business was struggling, his marriage, his relationship with his kid. And as I sat there at lunch, I realized I could help guys that were doing well professionally and yet somehow not equally well outside of that. I went home that day literally and told my wife, Sean, that I met me today. I said, who I used to be, I met that guy today and I can help him. And so I hired somebody to help me pull all the coaching insights, values, and things out of my life that I had used. And I started Man Alive. And Man Alive before that was really my story. I had walked through a really difficult time almost 20 years ago now. I had a very public failure, was very well known, and my reputation went with it. And I had to rebuild my marriage, rebuild my life, rebuild just pretty much everything that I had prior to was lost. And so out of that, Man Alive was experienced, and then it was born when I went to lunch with the COO. And since then, I've done retreats. I do a lot of one-on-one coaching, a lot of things, but it's all for the guy, to boil it down, it's for the man who doesn't want to sacrifice his edge, his career, his business for life and marriage and home, nor does he want to sacrifice life, marriage, and home for his business or his edge. It's for the man who wants both. And another way you could say that is it's for the man that's crushing it at work, failing at home or elsewhere, providing at for their families, but strangers when they get home disconnected. Their marriage maybe has become more like roommates than lovers, and it just drifted over time. A guy that feels successful in one area, but also feels like he equally is frustrated or empty or lost his passion. These are things that I run into with guys. It's guys who just don't want to sacrifice either for either any longer. It's the man who is ready to have both. And that's really what I do. I help have guys have both. And so I want to walk through an exercise. It's called future pacing. You can look it up. But I want you to imagine for a moment that it's a year from today. And I want you to imagine that you and I, whether we meet for coffee, beer, or we just get on a call, we get on a Zoom call, and you are so stoked that the first words out of your mouth are going to be, "Oh my God, Bob, I've had the best year of my life, and I want to tell you about it." And I want you to think for a moment, a year from now, what is it you would be telling me personally, mind, body, and spirit? What would you be telling me about your marriage, your home, your family? What would you be telling me about your career and or business? And here's the magic sauce to this. I called this your BS filter. And what I mean by that, I think the dream of a year from now lives in here. I think it's where life emanates from, is internally. And when it comes up to here, your failures, your I don't know how, I've never done that, your fears, all the stuff comes into play. And so you birth this amazing year. You have this, oh my God, if I could have that, that would be amazing. And then it goes through the BS filter of all your life, all your beliefs, all your everything, and nothing really comes out that would be OMG. And so when I do this with a client, we go personal first, not always, but I say, just tell me, like, don't filter. Like, what comes up from here? Like, what is the best year personally you've ever had? Mentally, where are you? Physically, your body, where are you? Emotionally, spiritually, where are you? Like, what's changed? What are you celebrating? What's a day like when you wake up? How do you feel? How do you take a room? Like all of that. When you get home, like just tell me that. And I let guys just talk. And I encourage you, I'm going to buzz through it, but I encourage you to do this. Sit down later tonight, sit down in the next moment, and give yourself, when I do this with clients, it's a 90-minute to 3 hour session. We're not taking that long. So I'm just saying, give yourself at least 90 minutes and just talk out loud. Find a way to record it. If I were telling you it's the best year of my life, what would I say? And then go to your relationship in marriage, your home, your family. What would you be telling me there? What's changed? Like, what's the relationship between you and your wife? What's the relationship between you and your kid or kids? What's the relationship between you and your best friends? Like, just tell me, like, if you woke up a year from now, you and your wife would be what? You and your marriage would be what? You and your home would be what? Connected, on fire, like madly in love, fireproof, bulletproof. Your kids would be close to you. You'd be aware, you'd be present. Like this freaking phone wouldn't be in the way of everything. And then your career or your business, whichever one applies, what would you be telling me? Like, has it grown? Have you doubled your business? Have you taken a new job? You got a promo? You got a 50K raise? Just again, without filtering what's here. And when you can get clarity on a year from now, I'd love to have that happen. We come back then and say, okay, now back to reality. What did you change today to start making that true? And the difference in goals and vision is, let's just say an easy one, that you set a goal, you want to make extra 50K next year. Then the truth is, you could go all year until literally the day of, hit the lottery and hit the goal. Goals are more like a dangling carrot. And the problem with goals is this: when you set goals, New Year's resolutions, any type of goal, you normally set it in light of where you came from. And so if you made, $80 last year, you're like, man, it'd be great if I made 85 this year, right? In other words, the past informs your future, and we normally do a percentage. We normally do an increment because this is in play. It's like, man, that's too, in all of this. But when you set a vision and you have your personal, your relational, your professional, we come back to today and we start living into that. So whatever your personal vision is, the question would be, what do you have to do tomorrow morning when you wake up to start making that a reality that you're not doing today? And it could be you have to start, you have to stop, you have to add, you have to delete, increase, decrease. Like, what change needs to start for your marriage, your home, your family? Same thing. What do you need to start being or doing tomorrow? Your business, your career. If your business does 250K, easy number, 500K, doesn't matter to me. And you say, Bob, a year from now, I want to tell you we doubled. What does a double size of your business owner do that you're not doing? What do you already know you need to be better at to double your income or business? And so then we walk together and we start checking in, like, how's that going? because the lanes I start helping you with are mindset and strategy. And my quote is this: mindset eats strategy for breakfast. And all that means is the moment you go, oh my God, Bob, a year from now, I'd like, and it would be amazing. And you start saying, this is the step. You take a step and then you run right into the same beliefs, the things that have held you back, maybe for years, decades, or your entire life. And I call it hitting the wall. And so when you hit the wall, you want to have a better marriage. And you go out of here and you go, Bob, I'm going to do it, man. I'm going to be that guy. And boom, you start. I don't want to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is weakness. I'm a man and all this stuff. And it's like, what do we need to start unraveling mentally so you live into that versus we start hitting the wall and shutting down on the vision. And then this gets back into play. And it's like, what was I thinking, man? I can't do that. I've never done that. And also, really get granular in this. What do you need to change? Start, stop, add, delete, increase, decrease in each of your visions tomorrow for them to start becoming true. You don't have to know the whole journey. Part of the BS filter is like, you don't know how to do that, no, but you do know how to take a step. One step, not a whole journey. And when you take a step, you'll become aware of the next step. And the first thing you may need to do is, I don't know how to talk to my wife. All right, let's get a book on how to connect with our spouse. I don't know how to work out. Okay, hire a trainer. Like I don't know how to lose weight. I don't know how to increase my income. I don't know how to set up processes in my business and all. We can figure out the step, because here's what I teach: your vision should inform your learning. And the moment you go, I don't know how to do that, that's the book, that's the podcast, that's the place we have to connect to so you move forward. Versus like a goal is a year from now, man, I'd like to have a better marriage. What the crap does that even mean? When we come back here and the vision is, man, I'd love to connect with my wife and I'd love for us to take a vacation and I'd love for us to laugh the way we used to. Now we have something. Clarity allows you to be courageous. Confidence. A lot of people say, I don't have confidence. I don't know how to do that. Confidence is a byproduct, not a prerequisite. You can't be confident doing something you've never done. But when you start putting in the reps, it's like if we never golfed before, we all go golfing. None of us are going to be confident we can hit the golf ball 300 yards down the middle. Not going to happen. But if we put in the reps and we hit and we hit and we hit 100, 200, 300 reps, I don't know how many, but eventually when we show back up, it's like, I got this. Why? Confidence is a byproduct, not a prerequisite. Clarity, vision. What's your year from now? Your OMG. Courage, take the step. Confidence comes later. Don't get them backwards, because the moment we feel not confident, we pull back. That's where courage has to take us forward. So just think about what decisions you have to make. What did you do today, tomorrow that shifted your potential? Who are you? Men, we get so caught up. Like I tell guys all the time, I have events and I'll tell guys, you can't introduce yourself with who you are professionally. Oh my God, we don't even know how to talk. But the moment I go, who are you? Don't tell me what you do. Tell me who you are. Who have you become in a year? Tell me who you are as a man, as a dad, as a husband, as a business owner, as a friend, as any hat you may wear. So just tell me who you are, not what you do. And the truth is, once you tap into that vision, again, I don't make it up for you. It's in you. This is already asking to come to life. We just have to figure out what the wall is that's in the way of you making that a reality. That version is there, just waiting to live. And this is what's in the way. And as time, I'm 62, as time starts slipping away, time starts becoming a reality. But this is what Man Alive does. I've actually said, if I could do this future pacing, I call it a vision session, every day, I would do one every day with a guy. I think it is absolutely the most powerful thing that I do with anybody. And what I just walked you through again takes up to 3 hours to do. So do yourself a huge favor. Slow down and really work through these in the next couple of days. Just block out time, go sit somewhere and just talk out loud what would have changed for me, for my relationship, my marriage, my home, my family, my friendships, my business, and or my career. And let it bypass this so where it comes from your heart and you don't filter it. Just talk out loud. I've had guys literally say things that the moment they said it, they'll say, I can't believe I said that. I'm like, dude, I didn't make that up. That's in your heart. It's been wanting to be said for years. You've just been filtering it out and reducing it and editing it and diminishing it. And one of the things like people that love us will do and they don't know it is they'll go, how are you going to do that? You couldn't do that. And they, in their own way, diminish us and diminish what we're really going after. And so you really have to be able to protect this. And I think this is part of what Man Alive helps with is it's a community of men that we hold each other accountable. We speak this stuff out on a regular basis, so we don't keep it secret or we don't shy away from who we are or we want to be. And so anyway, let me tell you about Man Alive for a moment. It's a membership thing, but Man Alive, I do retreats. I have one-on-one clients, and but this Man Alive membership is the thing that really has my fire going right now. And it's weekly coaching calls every Tuesday morning. Actually, I get on a Zoom call with all the guys in Man Alive, and like this past yesterday, we talked about mindset and strategy, but we talked about what is in the way of you having the best year you wanted to have. And every guy, like top of mind, and to hear the other guys be able to respond or speak to or encourage. And that's the value of like high level conversations. But anyway, we do a live every week, and every month is thematic. Every week supports the theme. And we're going into the next month now. There's a theme to it, and every week we'll build on it. Guys we're in an app called School. It's I think the coolest community app out there. It allows the guys to talk to each other, question each other, encourage, hold each other accountable. It's an accountability. It's a community of men that are really high caliber, that they don't want to sacrifice life for career or career for life. And they're trying to grow. Some of them are trying to grow over here, life and or marriage, and they need to be in there. And some own a business and they're trying to figure out how to scale it and grow to other heights. So they are successful in all capacity. And so any given call could be on any of that. One guy struggling with porn, he wants to talk about that. Another guy struggling with hiring somebody for his business because he's worried he'll fail and it's more mouths to feed. It could be that raw at any given time. And then every so often, probably every quarter, maybe more often, I I have guys meet in person if they can, and we do something called unscripted, and it's just a really powerful experience with one question and deep conversation. So, but it's for the guys that I'm talking about today. It's for the guys who they're successful, but they know there's something missing, there's something misaligned. It's for the guys who are leading at work, but maybe not so much at home, or know they could do better, and one of them is suffering. Because I think like one of the challenges in success is success can isolate you from accountability and real conversation. It's for the guys that are stuck on autopilot, and 26 is going to look like 25 if something doesn't change. It's for the guys who refuse to know they need to figure out balance between work and life. Working hard is easy for them. Slowing down and being present at home, not so much. And but it's not for the guys that need motivation. Like these guys, like I'm not the cheerleader. That's already in them. They're driven to figure this out. I just supply the guidepost and the questions and the coaching and insight. It's not for the guys who want to fix it all, like fix it and be done. It's a journey. We it's called transactional thinking, and we in work we may be used to, I say this and I get this. At home or in life or in business, it doesn't happen like that. And so the guys that want to fix things fast sometimes are just like an army tank, man. They have no rear view mirrors and they don't know they've made a mess behind them for a long time. But it's also not for the guy who doesn't want a brotherhood, does just wants to show up and be isolated. It's a really careful group, but I'm curating it and keeping the bar really high so any guy in there knows any guy in there is qualified and able to be there versus the conversation gets dumbed down or we reduce it to stuff. Everyone in there has earned the right to be in there, and I want every guy in there to know that. And it's mindset over strategy, because mindset will always be your greatest and your worst thoughts controlling your life. And one of the things I try to help guys do is when there's recurring challenges in your life, there's normally an origin, there's a reason that's in your life. And I help guys like, let's go down and find what that's really about so we solve it instead of having another coping skill or a thing to help us get over it. And then every live is recorded. If guys can't get to it, it's put in the group. Guys have a full recording. I do a summary of every meeting so every guy knows what every guy talked about in there and how to help them. And then everything is stored in there. So all the recordings are there, all the past, everything is there to where no matter when a guy gets in, he has access to all of it. And also direct access to me. I show up, I do the lives, I talk, I post in there, I share resources and all. And so my last thought is this: like I don't talk guys into working with me. I don't talk guys into joining Man Alive, because the guys that need that are not my guys. It's the guys who don't need it. It's the guys who want it. And so normally, like when I meet one on one or like in this, I just share what I do. And if a guy says, "Okay, tell me more," I do. And if not, like walking through that future pacing, if you go, "Dude, that was awesome. Thanks so much." Absolutely, man. I just want to make an impact. I'm on a mission because of Man Alive and my experience to help as many men live as highly possible in all areas. Because my core value is this: when a man gets it right, your world is better. And when you don't, your world suffers. Your world needs you to get these things right. Your world is screaming for you to get these right. And so anyway, I appreciate you being here. And it's the first time I've done this. Didn't know what to expect, but you feel my passion. Like I just love this stuff. And if you want to know more, feel free to reach out to me. However you found me here, obviously you know where I'm at. You can DM me, you can email me at bob@bobgrovescoaching.com. But I appreciate you being here. And no matter what, I'm cheering you on. And I just believe in guys, and I believe that the world needs us maybe more than ever. But I certainly think we've played a pretty important role for a long time as men. And don't shrink back from who you're created to be. Live from here, live large, let life know you're here. One of my favorite quotes is squeeze the juice out of life each and every day. And so, anyway, if there's no questions, you're welcome to throw a question in the chat real quick if you want. And if not, I certainly appreciate you being here. Like I said, I didn't know what to expect, and at least wanted to show up and share my heart with somebody. So, yeah. All right, guys. Thank you. And stay strong. Touch base somewhere. I don't know if you can reply through this, but at least touch base and let me know what you think or what you do with the future pacing. I'd love to hear from you and just be able to cheer you on. So thank you. Peace.